Once again, you are joining us for Heart Weekend, and one very special part of the big event are the Red Cap ambassadors. These are the people that remind us heart disease and stroke are not just statistics. The first of our Red Caps, meet Tiliana Bernier. She's almost 5 years old. She was born with a hole in her heart and a heart murmur. Instead of a cap, we added an E. She's wearing a cape on this big weekend, presented to her by former ambassador Lisa Provost. This past summer, Tiliana had open heart surgery in Albany, and now she's doing great.
It was very overwhelming, but we got through it, and it was a big journey, but we did it.
Tiliana turns 5 years old tomorrow here at the big weekend, and oh yes, she will celebrate with every participant of the Heart Run and Walk and have cake. The other person wearing a red cap this year is someone who's been involved in this big weekend for decades, but never in this way.
Every Heart Run, I don't want to say they made the logo easy for them to shave into my head, but I think that was taken into consideration a few times.
Every year, Jim Sestitis makes a major commitment to America's greatest heart run and walk. He shaves his head for awareness. He raises dollars for research. And now, as a Red Cap ambassador, he's sharing his personal story for education.
Say something. If you feel something, say something. Know the warning signs and know your numbers.
Jim has been preaching this for almost 4 decades, but in 2015, he failed to follow his own advice.
The week before Labor Day, I was mowing the lawn. About halfway through, and all of a sudden I got this grab right here, like somebody just actually grabbed me right there. Ooh, I said, waited a couple seconds, went away. I figured, whatever, okay. So I finished the lawn, fine. I'm mowing the lawn again, all of a sudden I get it again. Oh, okay, that's not right. Got it again, but with a little jaw pain. I said, that's not good.
But instead of going to the hospital, he went to Florida.
When we come home, I've got a doctor appointment in 2 weeks anyways, so we'll see what happens.
Walking through the airport, Jim had to stop and catch his breath. Walking in the Florida sunshine, it happened again.
Then I knew that was it. We got to do something. Of course, my macho attitude can't be happening to me. We got a flight out the next day, because I said if I have to go to a hospital, I want to be at home with doctors that I know. Went to the hospital. They gave me all sorts of tests that day. Everything was negative. But they said, with your history and your family history, says we're going to keep you in over the weekend, and Monday we'll do a catheterization. They find a 99% blockage of my left anterior descending artery, the LAD, or the widowmaker. So they drilled it out and put a stent in there.
Jim was almost 63 years old when history almost repeated itself.
My father passed away at 65 with a massive coronary. And 7 years before that, he had had a triple bypass. But back then, with the bypass surgery and everything usually lasted about 7 years. And it was just about 7 years that he passed away of a massive coronary when he was on vacation. I could have died on the airplane flying home from Florida. I should have caught it sooner. That's my own stupid fault. I wasn't listening to my body.
He's sharing his story in the hopes of saving someone's life.
Listen to your body. If there's something irregular that you're feeling, call 911. Talk to somebody at least. You know, my mother had a problem, and she was afraid to call 911. She didn't want to be embarrassed. You know, don't be embarrassed. The worst they can say is, nothing's wrong.
In 37 years of volunteering, Jim has raised $300,000 for research. Research for the stents he needed, the procedure he needed, the medication he needed.
It's a giving community, and when people reach into their pockets, they don't have any change, they go to the couch and look behind the cushions and see they got another quarter, they're willing to give it. I thank the people in this community who have pledged to the American Heart Association, the Heart Run and Walk. They saved my life.